Decentralized Pictures Talent Cast, all powered by the Film Token. So be sure to check us out on Decentralized.Pictures and pick up some new film gear that's been released, hats, t-shirts. And at the time of this recording, you could pick up that gear free using the promotional code $film. All you have to do is pay for shipping. So what's better than free gear? So go out there and check it out at Decentralized.Pictures. In studio today, we're talking about the Filmmaker Assistance Grant #2, and we have Juan Pablo Castiblanco, the filmmaker behind the film Cruzados, and this another fierce competition. For this award, 27 entries, and the winner Cruzados won by 0.08%. That's a beautiful thing. So I send this as a message to all the other filmmakers. Don't get discouraged. We actually have another filmmaker assistance grant out there right now, #3. So please keep those submissions coming. We want to see the platform continue to grow and scale, and it's just a testament to the quality and quantity of filmmakers that are discovering the platform and submitting their work. So keep them coming. So Juan Pablo, so good to have you here in studio. Congratulations on winning the Filmmaker Assistance Grant #2, and this is a great day. So good to have you here.
No, it's so nice to be here. It's such an honor to be part of the DCP community, and being in this podcast is a huge thing for me.
I love it. I love it. So let's kick this thing off. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background as being a filmmaker.
Yeah, well, my name is Juan Pablo Castiblanco. I'm a Colombian actor, writer, producer, and now director of this film Cruzados. I've been working in the industry for almost 10 years. I've been part of different productions. I'm the leading in a Colombian American film named Nowhere, currently streaming on Amazon Prime US and UK. And also I was part of the Colombian series Hijacking of Flight 601, currently streaming on Netflix worldwide. And well, I'm also a writer. I started writing since I was a kid. I was in a not conventional school, and we had to write one book per year. So I started writing, and I fall in love with writing since I was a child. And after that, I continued acting, and I had this necessity of, like share my stories and my family stories with the world. So here I am, and I wrote Cruzados, and we are happily like the winners of the Filmmakers Assistant Grant #2. And well, I'm so happy to be here and to talk more about the DCP community and about our project.
I love it. I love it. So I've got to follow up with a question about just I'm amazed with the global reach that's happening right now at Decentralized Pictures. So you're a filmmaker from Colombia, and we've actually featured other great filmmakers from South America, on the platform. So that's a great thing. And so tell us about discovering about Decentralized Pictures. How did you come across the organization? Was it through another contact in the film industry, or how was that discovery made?
Well, actually, I didn't know anything about DCP before Cruzados, but thanks to some fellow Colombian filmmakers, I'm here, So I know the work of some Colombian filmmakers who already won some DCP awards. So I was talking with some of them. I was like, okay, I want to make this project a reality. So I talked to Andres Vanegas. He's a wonderful composer and sound mixer, and he's like working all the time with his brother Luis Vanegas, who's known as Film Frico in the DCP community.
Of course.
So they were like so nice with me to share like the DCP community, and they were like, okay, maybe you could try with this award. And I was like, oh my god. First, thank you, because I respect them a lot. I love what they are doing here in Colombia and how they are making these stories in a universal way, So I was like, okay, I have to be honest. I was excited, but at the same time, I was like super nervous about to present my project here, because I was like, this is a big deal. And there's a lot of filmmakers from around the globe here. And I was even like competing or sharing this award with people from Argentina, Ecuador, US, Serbia. I mean, that was crazy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And that was the best part, being part of this community, because you are showing your work, but at the same time you're being chosen by filmmakers, and that represent a lot, like that these people who is like talented and they have wonderful projects believe in your project, and it's just like a mark of quality, for the
Yeah.
next step that are coming for our project.
Oh, I love it, and that's you just encapsulated beautifully the goals and objectives of Decentralized Pictures to create this global community where we may be incorporated in California in the United States, the nonprofit foundation, but this is not an organization that's just geared for the United States. Of course, of course, we want United States filmmakers to participate, but we want this to be a global organization. So it's so wonderful to hear that and embracing the decentralization, the democratization aspects of the platform and allowing your peers to come on and review you and give you comments. Some may be positive, oh, I love this 100%. Some may be ideas of suggestions to improve in certain areas in your filmmaking. So I think that's all a win for growing filmmakers. So this is great to hear. So the award provides $1,500. I love this award because it's just kind of wide open. It actually states that it's $1,500 award, and you can pretty much use the money however you want. Of course, it's encouraged to use it towards your art, towards your creativity. So how do you plan to put the $1,500 to use?
Well, I have to say that for me and my team, because it's not only me, there's a lot of people like working for this. It's just like a big, huge step. I have to say and give credits to the people who believe in this story, because at the beginning it was just like me and my best friend, who is also my co-producer, not Natalie Rangel. And we were like, okay, we wanna do this. How are we gonna make it? So a lot of people just believe in us in this project, and they decide to give us their work, talent, and time. So
Yeah.
now this is like the next step, about have enough funds to make it real. And also, as I said before, like it represents a lot, because now that we're gonna share this with some other like people, they are gonna know that we already want something in a really wonderful platform. And it's just like that mark of quality that tell the rest of the world that we are doing something great. And also we've been like part of something that means like something that we can make like for the rest of the world, because we were like even like competing with so many people. So
Yeah.
yeah, well, we're gonna use this for the production. We are ready. Actually, I have to tell you this. We were like, well, like waiting for this, and we restart, like looking for more opportunities, and we are like super excited. I talked to my people, and they're like, okay, when this is gonna be a reality, and
Right.
well, we're gonna use this in the production and post production, and we cannot wait to share more about this project with you.
Excellent, excellent. So great to hear. All right, so let's talk about the film Cruzada. So of course I've looked at the material that was submitted for the award, and I'm very biased. I love sports films. We talked about this a little bit before we started our recording, and so I'm really excited to see the finished product. What you've already shot looks beautiful. So it's a boxing film, but it's a lot more than just a boxing film. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, it's not just a boxing film. That's right. So this is a LGBTQ plus story in the boxing world. Everything started because I got a role in another movie, and I was looking for, like a different energy to create that character for that movie. So I was like, oh, I always wanted to be a boxer too. So that was like the perfect excuse to star in this world. And that was pretty beautiful, but at the same time, I was kind of shocked, because I'm an artist, and we are surrounded by people that accept so many things because are normal, and we work with energies, and we accept like, because what we work with what's going on in the world. But when I arrived to this like environment, I discovered that there's a lot of topics that there are still a taboo, and I was like, this is not fair. So I start talking with my friends about these topics, and they accepted in a really like normal way. So I was like, if I could do this, just talking with them, that they believe that there's some things that are not too good. What if we could make this like something for the rest of the world in the audiovisual world? So I started writing Cruzados, and this is a story about this boy who got the big opportunity in his life in the boxing world, but at the same time he started feeling some things about another boy, and he's struggling with this. And he's not only fighting in the ring, he's also fighting with his thoughts, what is good, what is bad. And he's alone and he's still in silence. So I was like, okay, let's give some voice to the people who is struggling with this, not only in the boxing world, in so many environments that they don't feel free to be themselves, and to let them know that they are not alone. So it was just the best way to mix like the things that I love the most, like boxing, acting, writing, and well, like being like a mirror of the society in some way.
Incredible. So much depth, and I can't wait to watch the character development occur in that story. So can't wait to see the finished product. It's gonna be awesome. So in true decentralized fashion, typically for these interviews, I come up with these questions myself, and I just like, you know what? Let's let the community decide what they want to ask Juan Pablo. So on the
Okay.
Decentralized Pictures platform, I posed a creative query, which anybody can go out there and create a creative query. It's just pretty much a poll where people can, answer, and they earn film credits by participating in the query. So I posed a few questions on what the audience would like to hear from you. So here's the question that they chose: how was this film inspired by personal events as an athlete in Colombia?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be like super honest. I didn't find myself as bisexual, but that was such a trip. And that was really difficult, and I don't want anyone else to to go through that. And so when I arrived to the boxing environment, and I was like, I was like part of the, like the the group of the best boxers in my club, but I wasn't feeling that real, because I couldn't talk about myself, about something that is pretty normal. And in this environment, with all these taboos, the only way to talk about these topics are when you are insulting someone else.
Mm.
So I was like, Ugh, this is not fair. So I was like, okay, the best way to confront taboos is to talk about it. So I was like, if I'm like that, I mean, there's a lot of people who also like is struggling with the same topic, and well, let's make it this like a reality in the audiovisual market. And well, I decided to put this story like with some personal things, and also working in fiction, you're like just like uh, combining those things. And well, this was just like the result of this beautiful story where people could accept that in a different way, in a beautiful way. It doesn't matter if this is a LGBTQ plus story. This is just like a story about someone who is have some things in mind, and it's the way to let them know that they are not alone. And also it was inspiring personal events, because this was so beautiful, because when we started working on this project, even like my boxing trainer were like so involved in this, and they were like super happy to be part of it, that they even like for our teaser, they were like, okay, you can shoot here, we're gonna help you. Actually, one of my favorite trainers is in the teaser. He's the trainer who is like helping me with all the movements. And I was
Mm.
like, okay, like we can make that change. My friends, that the other boxers who are in the club, who were before talking like some things that I was not like thinking the same. They are like my best friends now, and they are also like waiting for be part of this film. They are like, okay, we can be like extras, like background support or something. But this is a really nice thing, and we want to be part of it.
Uh, beautifully stated, and I think this creates the most impactful stories. Like you talked about earlier, finding a subject matter that you're generally interested in. Boxing, sports, you love to box, so there's that, and then weaving in your personal experiences and letting people know that they're not alone, and that's a beautiful thing. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for that authenticity and that authentic response. All right, so great, Juan Pablo. So great to have you here on the Talent Cast. This is exciting. I can't wait to see this project continue to materialize. Obviously, great things ahead for you and your team. So, for those that are watching, this was the Filmmaker Assistance Grant number 2. We have the Filmmaker Assistance Grant number 3 that's live on the platform. But boy, we have a lot out there right now at Decentralized Pictures. We also have the Andrews Bernard number 3 awards created and supported by the acclaimed filmmaker Steven Soderbergh. We have the Arts 3 Web3 Startup Award that is ending here very shortly. Probably by the time this episode goes live, that will be ended, which is a great opportunity for new Arts 3 startup projects. We have the Horror Filmmaking Initiative created by Jed Shepard, Roman Coppola, and Eduardo Sanchez. Going to be awesome. And then just dropped a few days ago the Ribbon Full Short Award for Ukrainian filmmakers. So really excited about that one too. So lots of good things happening at Decentralized Pictures, all powered by the Film Token. So, Juan Pablo, thank you so much again for being on the DCP Talent Cast. Great talking with you today, and all the best.
Thank you so much. And also, I can't wait to present more of my projects and my story in the DCP community.
Can't wait to see it.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks again. See you around.
See ya.